How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and as you guys can see, we're in a bit of a different angle, not in front of, just in front of my PC, still halfway there, but now you guys can see I have a window. If you were wondering if I do have a window, if I live in a cave or something like that, I do have a window, so if there's some of you wondering about that, now you know. But now, a while back when I was still on vacation for a few days in the bush and struggling to find any internet signal, seriously, it was such a struggle. Most of the times I only had like edge. I couldn't do anything. But luckily we did see a lot of animals and leopards, lions, rhinos, everything, which was really cool. But I asked you guys to ask me some questions for a Q&A video that I wanted to do, which is this one, and it's pretty much our first Q&A video, and hopefully not the last one. So in this video, again, just gonna answer some of your questions, so let's get into that. Now, jumping into our first question, unfortunately I'm not going to pronounce you guys' names because I'm really bad with names and I'm just going to mess it up completely and I'm going to make an ass out of myself. So, first one is, when did you start loving tech? And that's pretty simple. I've kind of always loved tech since I can remember. I've always like taken apart this stuff. If my parents had a broken DVD player or video player, or like some of those really old computers, and even though it was way before my time with like the green screens, I took that stuff, took it apart, and then never really rebuilt it. I just most of the times threw it away or just left it there for my parents to do something with. But yeah, I've always really loved tech, but it's only the last few years that I've actually really gotten into the stuff. So for example, in like 2008, my friend had to help me to actually buy a PC because I didn't really know a lot about its stuff, but luckily over some time I actually learned, and now we're here where I can actually build a PC. So yeah. Now, as for our next question, it is a bit more of a general question, but you guys probably would like to know, and that is, who is my favorite YouTuber and why? Now, I don't really have a single favorite YouTuber because there's just so many and so many different genres, but for the tech side, probably the three that I watch the most is, of course, Linus Tech Tips. Gotta love the Linus boy. I do watch a lot of Gamer Nexus as well, just because they go into so much detail about all of the products. If you want to see a decent review about like in-depth, then definitely you have to go check their videos out. And then also kind of the guys that got me into making these tech videos is Hardware Canucks, Dimitri and Eber. So they're kind of the guys that really wanted me to make like these more cinematic type of videos. I'm nowhere near where they're at, nowhere near that, but I do try to make my videos a bit more cinematic for you guys. Now, just a quick story. When we were at Computex 2018, I actually did see Dimitri, but I couldn't really go up to him, like he was busy filming stuff and I don't want to bother him. So that was kind of a bummer because he was the one guy that I really wanted to see. We did see like Jay-Z, Linus, Steve from Gamer Nexus as well, and a bunch of other guys. But Dimitri was really the guy I wanted to see, which was a bummer. But hopefully later on I can see him again and actually say hi. Then for our next question, do you plan on making a video with a fan, like doing something similar to LTT's ROG Reboot? Well, the answer is definitely. I really want to do some more stuff with you guys. Like, one thing that I particularly want to do is, because I get so many questions about my desk, which is actually one of the questions as well, is I actually want to build desks and then like entire setups and then give it away. It's mostly probably going to be in South Africa because getting it overseas, it's not really going to be possible. But that's something that I haven't really seen on YouTube, and because I did build my own desk and I did like it, that's something that I think would be a bit more interesting, like the entire process and doing just something a bit different. But as for that, again, I really want to do more stuff with you guys. It's just the biggest problem is money. I don't really make a lot of money, even though like you guys see some of the hardware here and some of the stuff the company sent over. Again, 95% of the time, all of that has to go back, and even some of the stuff here is not mine. It's still the companies that actually sent it. I can't sell it, so that it's kind of just sitting here for the time being. And then also just kind of like the name implied for the Linus video, the ROG Rig Reboot, it's pretty much sponsored by ASUS. So they supplied pretty much all of the parts. I don't think Linus really spent some of his own money. I'm not too sure. I haven't watched one of those videos in a while. But yeah, so if I can get a company to sponsor a majority of the parts, like the expensive stuff, like the motherboard, the CPU, and like the GPUs, then I definitely do that. And if I have to put in some of my own money, I will. But it's just the majority of the parts, it's just way too expensive. So later on, definitely, if the channel gets there, then I don't really mind. So yeah. Then for our next questions, it's kind of like the same question almost, and it ties into the previous questions as well. And that is, what motivated you to start doing tech YouTube videos? And then what made you so passionate about making videos? So like I mentioned again, I've always been into tech since I was like a young kid. And then also the like Dimitri with all of these camera angles and just camera goodness really wanted me to make like that type of quality videos. But getting into YouTube, I kind of started doing gaming videos on one of my other channels, We Do Stuff, which is currently non-existent. I wanted to post more stuff there, I just don't really have the time. So yeah, I started making gaming videos, then came to We Do Tech, started that. Did first like tech news videos, which I'm starting again now, and then like I sold my drum kit to actually afford my first products to review. So from there, I didn't get products to review from the start. Had to spend a lot of my own money to get there, and even like before working with some of the companies now, I had to buy a lot of the stuff or ask friends if I could review their stuff and then give it back. So it was a hard start, but I'm actually here now. So I kind of just need to thank you guys for all of the support. Then next up, just a basic gaming question. What is your favorite game? Currently, I don't really play games. So probably my favorite games of all time, kind of have two, is Fallout 3 and then Titan Quest. Love those games, played hours and hours and hours and hours in those games. And like for Titan Quest, I finished Fallout, but I haven't really completely finished Titan Quest, like all of the different difficulties. Also, just a fun fact, I've played like more than like over 1,000 hours in Skyrim. I've never like completed the game. I always start new characters. So yeah, that's my problem with most of the games. I just start new characters the entire time and never finish actually the thing. So yeah. Then for one of our last questions, and that is, what is your favorite mouse that you've tested so far? Okay, so for a mouse, I think currently my favorite one is probably the Razer Mamba Elite that I reviewed a while back, just because it was really good. I mostly use, well, my main driver is the Razer Def Adder 2014 edition with the Chroma. So I've used that one for years now, and it's really good, but it's kind of on its last legs. So I kind of need to get a new one. And the Mamba was really awesome. So I think I might even try to go for the wireless one, because it's pretty much the same mouse, a bit heavier, but it's wireless. So I think I might go for that. The problem also is that I haven't really reviewed a lot of more of the higher end mice, or even mice from Logitech. I think I've reviewed one Logitech mice. The problem is they don't really work with reviewers here in South Africa. So for some reason, I don't know why, but yeah, I can't really get my hands on a Logitech mice. We've tried, and I think don't want to. So yeah, it's a bit hard, because I really want to review some of their mice, but just can't now. But there is also a lot of other mice that I really like. It's just currently the Mamba Elite, because I've reviewed it also quite recently. I remember how good it actually performs and how it feels. So the Mamba Elite. Hey Gussie, say hello. 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 He doesn't want to really. I'm Gus. I'm Gussie. Then for our next question, what do you think about South Africa's problem with electricity and all of the load shedding? Kind of knew this one was coming. Now, if you guys don't know what load shedding is, if you live overseas, that is kind of the problem in South Africa, where we don't have enough power. So we sit without power for like a few hours and sometimes a bit more or a bit longer. So like our government is kind of, well, the electricity provider, which is owned by the government, is kind of bankrupt. So nobody wants to work with them. They don't take care of the power plants. So it's underperforming and not supplying enough power. So they sectionally cut some of us out, and we kind of have to sit without power for a while. So that's a problem that has been happening for a long time now, and it's probably not going to be like resolved anytime quick, because yeah, it's Africa. But it's really a problem. Like, I have done some videos where I have to do it outside, or I can't do it at all because there's not power. So yeah, if you guys see me outside, it's probably the reason. Then for the next two questions, it's probably the two questions that I get asked the most, and that is, what is my desk, or where did I get my desk, how much did my desk cost? Now, for that one, because there's so many people asking about it, I think I'll actually do like an entire video just about my desk. Not the hardware or anything, that will come later with like a desk like tour video, but just all of the information about my desk, all of the dimensions, like kind of how much it costs and how you can build your own. So it was really cheap. It's less than pretty much, like, I don't know, IKEA is a lot cheaper, but we don't have IKEA here. But it was really cheap, and if you want to build one your own, then I'll just check out that video once that is actually out. And then the other question is, what wallpapers do I use, because they kind of move. So as you guys can see, Raven's lightsabers kind of, and no, not really the Corsair background now, but a lot of times they actually move. And just to give you guys a quick answer for that, and that is a wallpaper engine. Done a video on that as well. I'll leave a link in the video description, so if you want more information about that. It's not free, but it's not expensive. You can get it on Steam, so just check that out because it's really cool and I love the thing. And then for the final question, and I don't really understand why a lot of people keep asking or saying this, and that is like, are you PewDiePie? Are you related to PewDiePie, or are you his brother? Or, hey, it's PewDiePie. I don't look like PewDiePie, okay? I don't have as big nose as he does. And I have legs, okay? I have legs. You guys can't see it, but I have legs. So, no, I'm not PewDiePie. I wish I was, because like 70 or on his way to 80 million, I wouldn't mind. But yeah, so that is pretty much it for our first like Q&A video. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want me to like make more videos like this, let me know like your questions down in the description below. I'll also, like, before I post a video, like post it on Twitter and Instagram and so on. It's just to give you guys like a notify when I'm going to do it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment like always. And then I will check all of you guys later. So yeah.